So it's a community call on PHP 7.2 project on Magento 2. We want to share a status of PHP 7.2 support and where we are moving to. So let me start. So in general, just let me describe the project again. We have a project on the GitHub, and we mostly use this ZenHub board. There are items in the backlog, and there are many items in progress. We have several team members from Magento who work on that, and we have some community pull requests. So currently, we are focusing on updating libraries and making changes in the code, and then validating the result on PHP 7.1. So we are trying to make all our builds, internal and external, which is Travis CI, green. So after that, we would be able to merge at any point of time. So we will fix as much as we can, and we need to be ready to merge it to the mainline. So all the tests on at least PHP 7.1 should be green. So right now, most of the builds are green. We still have some challenges with performance build, which is more about infrastructure and not about the code itself. So as soon as we will be able to fix this issue, we should be ready for merge at any time. Also, another important note is that we are currently, like most of the developers work in the libs upgrade branch in the repository for the PHP 7.2 support. And this is a branch where we are updating multiple libraries to the newer versions, and because they are kind of connected to each other, they depend on each other, we had to do it in one branch before we are merging to the main line. So most of the work is happening in this branch, except of a few items which can be merged directly to the main line. They are usually pretty small. So we made libs upgrade branch default, a default branch on the repository. And then another thing is that, yeah, we are mostly working in this PHP 7.2 support repository, and we have a project in here. We have a list of issues here that anybody can take. We also duplicated in the Magento Magento 2C repository, which is our private repository, and it just helps us to run our builds on our infrastructure, internal builds. So we usually just sync up the branches between those repositories, but our internal team sometimes works in this repo, and then we update the libs upgrade branch in the public repo. It's just for your information. In general, any community members should care just about this public repository for PHP 7.2 support. So those are the organizational updates. Also, one more interesting thing is that we had distributed contribution day on 23rd and 24th, so it's Friday and Saturday. And as a result, we had plus like 8 more pull requests. Many of them are related to Zen Framework 1 elimination, and we are currently working on like merging them. Ben will tell more information about it. And yeah, so it's mostly about Zen libraries, and there is one more pull request which fixes just one small issue with incorrect usage of a method of a function. And yeah, and also the work on mcrypt was merged to libs upgrade branch. So we are using mcrypt compat library right now, and it supports all the algorithms that we really use in Magento. So what we've done, let me see if I have, okay, I don't have this pull request open, but in the end, we just disabled, we removed unit tests which were testing algorithms that we don't really use, combinations that we don't really use, and that's probably it. That's all that we had to do. So we can go with mcrypt compat library for now, and later we will see if we can switch to the libsodium. So that's all updates from my side, and I'll give a word to John to talk about the work that she was doing.
Okay. For me, I am working on fixing some count issues in PHP 7.2 on the CE side. We had a big part already merged to lib upgrades. I doing some additional one. And also I gather all the changes to run the builds to make sure everything looks okay. And a few issues, I'm working on those as well. One thing is in PHP 7.2, session step handler doesn't allow to use init set to set the user's session step handler. So we removed that part in Magento. So the session configuration will save the configuration for the save handler in the session configuration object. We will read from that directory instead of use the init get to get the save handler information. So we made that change. It's about to merge to lib upgrades soon. That's it. Daniel?
Thank you. I don't know, would you like to share some more detailed thoughts on the build, or do you want me to share it? You had a great document for that.
Regarding the builds for the PHP 7.1, it looks okay. Some failures was expected in the semantic versioning checker. It's about upgrade. We need to update the build to support different version of the Magento use. And in other tests, most looks okay. In PHP 7.2, we have some issue with the function test. Looks like mostly relate to count calls. So once we get all the counts fixed, I expect we can get a lot of tests pass. And
so yeah, basically kind of a map of or like a table of what we have. We have multiple builds, which are, yeah, they have some code names, but mostly it's like some static tests and integration tests and others. So yeah, for PHP 7.2 we still have some more issues, though many of them are like fixed right. And yeah, for 7.1, mostly I think infrastructure things that we need to resolve, I guess. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So then next we have Daniel. Daniel, would you like to share?
Yeah, sure. So I upgraded the libraries and dependencies for EE and B2B, so they're in line with CE. We made the same type of updates to sample data, and those got merged directly to mainline, as they didn't affect builds or anything. We released a new version of Magento Composer with upgraded dependencies to match with what we're doing in CE. And along those lines, we updated our dependency on Composer to so that it includes new patch version releases. or new minor version. But yeah, it'll update new minor versions when they're released now. And I'm also working on updating the Magento 2 updater and releasing a new version of that. But there's some dependencies in other versions of our builds that we need to consider. And I'm still just monitoring the infrastructure issues we're having with not being able to run performance builds in 7.1.
Okay, thank you. Ben, do you want to share?
Sure. So last week I've been focusing on our EE repository, and specifically working on cleaning up outdated cost account there. I should have a pull request for that in today, and that will begin to kind of clear up the issues that Joan pointed out with EE builds failing in Bamboo. So hopefully that should start to help get our tests all green in 7.2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And you are also working on processing public pull requests, right? From the contributor.
That's right. I've reviewed a handful of the public pull requests in. Some of them were ready to go. I've approved, I think, 2 of them, and then 2 I've had a couple of issues that could be improved and fixed. So I made some comments, and community should hopefully get that done soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look through the requests. Okay, Jacob, do you have updates?
So I did updates for the B2B usages of count, but the Bamboo and Jenkins are still failing because it's not fixed yet in the CE or EE yet. So once those get fixed, then I think the B2B, there might still be a few things that I missed that need to get fixed, but it's probably mostly done.
Okay. Cool. And we also updated a few libraries.
Oh yeah, last week, yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you can see my screen. So we updated a few libraries to correspond to the versions that we have in Magento 2.2, at least. Some of them updated to even newer versions, I think. But we just wanted to make sure that they are not older than in Magento 2.2. So I think that's all that we have for today. We are moving forward. And yeah, there is a lot of work with all these fixes for the count usages. But other than that, it starts looking like a working product, I think. And yeah, we are still open to the contributions. We still have work to do and help us with fixing tests and everything else. Any other questions or topics to discuss? Okay, if not, we'll continue working that, still waiting for more contributions, and we'll give you a next update in a week. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.